Hello everyone! So it is the start of my Halloween series, and this is going to be called the 13 Days of Halloween. My best friend Ashley actually gave me this idea. I wanted to do Vlogtober, but I'm just so busy in October that I don't have the time to upload a video every single day. What I'm going to do with this series is I'm going to pre-film a bunch of videos ahead of time, and I'm just going to start uploading them starting on the 19th of October. And there's going to be a video up every single day for that. So yeah, this is going to be the first video that I am pre-filming for this, and this is going to be called the Paranormal Tag. This tag was actually created by Bunny Graveyard Girl here on YouTube, and I think that it's a really old tag, but I've never played it before, and I'm into paranormal stuff, and I felt like it was perfect for, you know, October and for this 13 days of Halloween thing. So yeah, let's get started. I believe that I was around 7 or 8 years old at the time. It was on a weekend, and I had a different room than what I have right now. Same house, but it was in a different room. I remember it was during the day. I don't remember if it was of the morning or like afternoonish, because I've always been the type of person that likes to sleep in kind of late. So I'm not exactly sure what time of day that it was, but I know that it was day. I used to keep my door open in my room. I woke up this morning, pretty sure that I was staring at the wall because the sunlight from the window was aiming right on the hallway wall. So I could see that from my room where I was laying down in my bed. Everyone in my house, like my sister was sleeping. She was in here because this used to be her room. My parents were outside. I could see like a shadow person, like they formed in the sunlight on the hallway wall. It freaked me out because I was a little kid and I didn't know what was going on. And I took the sheet out of my bed, like not the comforter, just the sheet, and I put it over my head, but I could still see through the sheet because it was a white sheet. I was still staring at the hallway, at this figure on the hallway wall. And the figure actually started walking towards me, towards my bed. And I remember that clear as day. It was transparent, but I could see it, you know, like it was dark enough to where I could see it and notice that it was there. But it was walking towards my bed, and I actually got so scared that I closed my eyes, and I don't remember seeing it anymore after that, but it freaked me out pretty bad, and I'm pretty sure that was my first paranormal experience that I ever had. Yes, I've pretty much been believing in ghosts, a believer of ghosts, since I was born and since I came out of my mother's womb. Do you go ghost hunting? Really, the only places that I've ever really been ghost hunting is in cemeteries. I'd like to expand and go to different places, such as like abandoned, haunted buildings or places, and just go to different areas that may be haunted, but as of right now I've only been to cemeteries, so I guess my answer for this would be cemeteries. As crazy as this sounds, like, you really don't need a lot of expensive equipment to capture certain things. Most of the time when I go out and do like EVPs or something, I usually just take my iPod and we capture voices on my iPod. Like if I'm video recording it or voice recording it, we can capture voices of ghosts or spirits or whatever saying stuff through my iPod, and whenever we go back later, we hear it. So most of the time I just use my iPod. I don't have any fancy equipment or anything like that. Sometimes camera, sometimes you can capture some creepy pictures on your camera. Sometimes my dad just uses a regular audio recorder. But I'd say probably out of those three, my iPod would be like the easiest thing for me. Well, I remember my scariest paranormal experience. I actually have a few incidences. One, I was actually going to go see a movie. It was the first time I went to go see a movie by myself. Like, sitting in a movie theater by myself. Right before the movie was starting, I believe, or like right in the beginning of the movie. And it was right whenever they start to make the movie theater real dark. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you're seeing things, like you're imagining this wasn't real. But I know what I've seen, and I know that I'm not making things up. And this wasn't a scary movie that I was going to see. It was a different movie, but I'd rather not say what movie it was, just because it's kind of embarrassing. I was sitting down and I kind of felt like something sitting beside me, because I was sitting like literally in a row with no people in it except for like way down like the line from where I was. There was nobody sitting in the seats next to me. Nobody sitting in front of me. Like, I was all by myself in a little isolated area, and I felt someone, like a presence of something, sitting beside me. So I looked over, and I noticed, like, a shadow figure. It wasn't really like a figure, because it just kind of looked like a shadow mask, like a black mask. It wasn't that dark, but you could just see that something was sitting there, if that makes any sense. It was kind of like energy or something. It freaked me out. Like, I started to get goosebumps, and I just kind of turned my head away really quick. The screen from the movie theater started coming in. I glanced over, and like in this direction, nobody was sitting there. I seen, now this is going to be kind of hard to believe, but I'm not making it up. I actually seen a horn. Like, I guess a demon, like the devil, I don't know, but it had a horn. It was like a ram's horn. It was curved and it was real big, and it scared the crap out of me. Like, I did not know what to do with myself that day. I was afraid no one would believe me if I told them. I've never seen it since then. I have seen some pretty freaky stuff, but I haven't seen the horn since then. I prayed to God that entire time after that, you know, I'd never see that thing again, that he would protect me from whatever that was. It was just really scary, and it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. And I'm pretty sure this was after I made my paranormal experiences video. I don't know why I've never really talked about it. I guess I'm just afraid that, like I said, people aren't going to believe me, but I would never lie to you guys about this stuff. Like, when I say I've seen something, I'm being honest and I'm telling the truth. But yeah, that was pretty scary. Okay, well, I have two, and I'm pretty sure it's the same spirit. Just as I have that black mask thing kind of showing up in different points in my life, I also have this figure of this person standing in white. I have like brown, like shoulder length hair, and that's usually all I can see of them. But they're usually always standing around me, and I kind of feel like this is like my guardian angel, or like this is like someone looking over me. There has been a few times where it startled me, I will admit. But one time I was sitting in my living room, I was home alone. I was watching ghost shows on TV. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, you got yourself worked up, you're imagining things, you're seeing things. No, I know what I saw. I was watching TV, and I was kind of getting sleepy. I was sitting on the couch, and I was starting to drift off to sleep. Something, for some reason, just kind of woke me up. And I looked over, and where I was sitting on the couch, there was that figure of that person standing in white. And they were like really close to my face, and I could tell that they had a face, but it was blurry. Like, I couldn't tell any features on their face. But they kind of had their head turned like this, and it was like they were looking down at me, like watching me sleep. And I jumped. Like, I will admit, it kind of freaked me out because I was home alone, and I had just been watching ghost stuff on TV like all day long. So seeing this figure really did startle me, but I really do think that it's only there to protect me. I don't think that whoever or whatever it is, I don't think that they were trying to scare me. I think that they were just kind of watching me, and they were curious about what I was doing. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments because I remember that clear. Another favorite paranormal experience that I had, I've talked about both of those experiences actually. But one night, it was kind of like in the middle of the night, it was kind of late. It was around like 12 to 2 in the morning. Like midnight to 2 in the morning. It was around that time. It was pretty late, and it was in the middle of the summer. I think it happened like last year, the year before last, 2014, 2015. It wasn't too far from where I live. It's just like a little piece down the road from where I actually live. I'm the type of person that likes to go for rides at night. Like, I love the nighttime. I just love going for car rides. They're so relaxing to me. And on this particular night, I had wanted to go for a ride. So my dad hops in the car and we're starting down the road. And it's very rainy on this night. Like, it's very, very rainy. Like, it wasn't thunderstorming, it was just raining. It was very wet and, like, ucky outside. And when we get to this little area, like, there are so many weeds. Like, it's overgrown of weeds. But we were driving down the road, and in that area where those weeds are, there was a person standing there. And we got a little bit past it, and my mom goes, "There's a person standing there." And my dad looks back. He said, "What the heck was that?" And I turned and I looked around. It's a person standing in white. They're standing real still. Like, they are not moving. They're standing on that side of the road, standing real still, and like their outfit was glowing. Like, they kind of had this glow to them. So we had realized what we seen. I was like, turn around, I want to see if that thing's still standing there, because I'm a curious person. Like, I love this stuff. So by the time we turned around, we came back, that figure was gone. And I highly doubt it was a person standing there, because like I said, it's late of the night, it was overgrown in weeds, it was wet and nasty outside. Like, I highly doubt a person would be standing on the side of the road like that. It just didn't look like an actual person. Like, you could just tell there was something off about it. I'm pretty sure it's the same spirit that I always see, and it was just making its presence known to me and my family. But it was very creepy, and I love that experience. I love sharing that with other people. And it kind of reminded me of like the Vanishing Hitchhiker or something, only we didn't pick this person up. I wonder what would have happened had we actually, you know, stopped and was like, "Hey, who are you? Like, do you need a ride somewhere?" I kind of wonder what would have happened. And I would probably be crazy enough to do that. I'd like to think so. I don't think I know anyone who has them like on a daily basis, but I like to think that I do have a few people in my life who have had paranormal experiences. Not really. My immediate family, my mom and my dad, they believe in ghosts. Like, they're actually, I grew up with my dad like telling me about ghosts and my mom telling me ghost stories and stuff. They believe in ghosts. So I don't have any trouble telling them. They believe me automatically. As far as like just family, not my immediate family, but just like my family, I'm not sure they would believe it so much. I feel like I have a few friends who would believe me if I told them, like Tiffany and Ashley, JR. I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on who it is, but most of them I feel like do believe me. Like, they're very understanding and they believe me. They know I wouldn't lie to them about that stuff. My favorite paranormal TV show has always been Ghostly Encounters, which actually started out on the Biography channel and it got switched to Destination America. That's what it comes on now. I also really enjoyed Celebrity Ghost Stories. I know that they canceled that show, but I used to love watching that show, and My Ghost Story as well, because they also showed like actual legitimate like paranormal videos and pictures that people had captured. I actually made a whole video about like my favorite paranormal TV shows, so I'll leave that in the description in case you guys would like to see. I've been there before, but I've never actually ghost hunted there before. And that would be the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I definitely want to go back someday and do like a little ghost hunt in the building. That would just be amazing. It's just like one of my favorite places in my state. I would definitely love to go back there and ghost hunt. Or just the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park, which is an abandoned, like haunted, creepy amusement park here. I've been wanting to go and visit there one day, and if I do, I definitely want to do a ghost hunt there because that would be so awesome. But just pretty much just any haunted place in West Virginia I would love to go to because it's in my state. I want to go and investigate those places. Usually it's just me and my dad whenever I go ghost hunting. So usually it's kind of like me and him together, like we don't split up. But I've always heard that you can catch the best evidence when you go off on your own because you're more vulnerable to the spirits. So I definitely like to try that sometime, like ghost hunting by myself, but I just feel like it's safer going with someone else with you. I actually made a whole video about this as well. I don't really want to say that it's like haunted, like you're going to have a paranormal experience here every single day. I don't think that it's like that. I do believe that there can be spirits that are lingering around my house, such as like my great-grandmother who used to live here. This used to be their house. I feel like their presence is always kind of around here. I have paranormal experiences here all the time, but I don't want to say that it has anything to do with my house because it's kind of just anywhere that I get it. I feel like it's kind of more of me. I mean, I think that there's spirits everywhere, to be completely honest with you. But yes, actually. My cat Midnight, who was my first cat that I ever had, not too long ago, I think it was back in 2013, I want to say, 2013, 2014, we found out, like, she was getting pretty old. She was around like 15 years old. She was a pretty old cat. We realized she wasn't really eating her food that much and we got concerned, so we took her to the vet. The vet actually took an x-ray and found out that she had a tumor on her lungs. It was growing so much that they really could not do anything about it. It was causing her not to be able to eat or swallow her food because she couldn't breathe. So it was very devastating news, and not too long after that, she had actually passed away. But I think it was like a day or two after that, a night or two after that, my parents were working, and I was getting ready for bed. I was looking in the mirror, I was like brushing my hair or something. And I looked over on my bed, and she used to stay on my bed. She used to stay with me. She used to stay in my room on my bed all the time, sleeping on my bed. She always had to be around me. And I seen a black cat laying on my bed. Now, this was before I got Wubsy, which is my other black cat. This was before he came into our home. So we didn't have any other black cat in our home. No other cat was in there. She was our only black cat at the time, and as soon as I looked at it, like with my eyes, it disappeared. So I believe that that was her. I believe that that was her spirit showing itself to me, letting me know that she's here still. It was crazy because after I found out that she had that tumor in her lungs, like, we didn't really know when she was going to go. And we were just kind of giving it time, trying to think about what we were going to do. And I was praying to God. I was like, God, just whatever happens, take her up there. Make sure that she goes up to heaven. So after she passed away, that same exact day, I looked outside, and the sky was really pretty. Like, the sky was like bright pink. And I actually took a picture of it. Like, it made me so emotional. Like, because I felt like that was her spirit. Or that was God letting me know that she had made it and that she was okay. And that may sound silly, but I feel like really connected to animals and just things like that. And I wanted to cry, and I took a picture, and they're actually in the picture. If I can find it, I will put it in this video. But in the picture, you can actually see like a cat in the sky. You have to look really closely. It's like in between the trees, but it looks like a cat's face is in the sky. So I do believe that there is an afterlife and that there is heaven for cats and dogs and other animals. Like, I feel like they make it. Like, people say, oh, they don't have a spirit. Like, you can just tell. They have feelings. They have a heart. They know what's going on. Like, if they have feelings and they know what's going on, then they obviously have to have a spirit. So yeah, that was all of the paranormal tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be plenty more Halloween-y videos for you guys to come. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if you would like to do the paranormal tag, I tag everyone who's watching this video that would like to do it. If you do it though, please send me the link to your video or leave a comment with all of your answers. I will leave all the questions to this tag in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.